Good morning. It's Monday, October 27. It is 7:39 a.m. Central Time. So I did the weekend prep, so I won't go into things in too much detail or too much repeat. Um, but as far as earnings that are happening today, nothing too crazy that I'm worried about. But I am looking forward to what's going to happen with UNH. And then we have Google, Meta, Microsoft, all on Wednesday, and Thursday we got Apple and Amazon. So I mentioned that in the Sunday prep. Looking forward to that. I think that'll be really good. And then we also have rate cut decisions this week as well. Um, and so on the news for rate cuts, so I think just kind of watching it, the sentiment is obviously rate cuts are coming in October. That's already priced in. Everybody's expecting that. It's going to be amazing. And then it becomes, well, what about when are we going to get all the jobs data and all this stuff with the government shutdown? And what are the chances that we have the rate cut in December? Because, government's not open yet. When the government does open, then it's going to be a couple more weeks before we get data, maybe even months. And then from there, like what would happen and what would change for the Fed not to cut rates in December. So that's one thing. I guess looming over everybody's heads now, at least from what the news is talking about. Um, so there is that. As far as kind of looking at the AIs, so everything I was checking all three, and they all kind of follow this. So bullish on NQ, bullish on ES, and bearish on gold. I think it's super obvious in the charts, and so it's kind of shows up in the AIs, which is interesting. Um, and so, yeah, I mean, that's kind of what things look like this morning. If you were watching price, and I guess let's look at the indexes here first. On Sunday, you would have noticed that like everything gapped up. So now we have significantly made all-time highs, new all-time highs on the on the NQ, which now we're going up, up, up. ES, which we're a little doji situation right now. Um, Russell broke highs, Dow broke highs. So we are at new highs across the board, which is amazing. I don't know if we pull back and close this gap in the regular hours and then we kind of wait for earnings and then push higher, but I think it's one of those things where we're signaling we want to go higher, right? Um, so it's cool, pretty interesting, pretty cool. VIX, amazing. Like there's no worries in the world. Everything is just cooling and amazing. So that's great. Dollar, kind of had this nice little upwardness since like September has been going up, and so it's kind of paused there. Um, I guess Treasury note yields are kind of back to where they were in September. So there you go. So we'll see. And gold, see, hmm, gold. I was really hoping for us to get up here. Looks like we are not. I don't know if I want to chase it down just yet. But we'll keep an eye on this. This is definitely something we'll be watching for. We'll just really have to see if this support holds, this 40-20. Um, but it's kind of interesting because for me, after you see this big down candle, like I was expecting buyers to step in. We're here at these EMAs and it's holding, but we haven't really tried to break higher, and so we'll just see how he goes. I think everybody is saying no, equities is the way, and so equities are up. So I think that's just what's going on. And I guess if we want to look quickly at pre-market for all the mega tech, so we got Apple at highs, we have Microsoft gapping up, we got Amazon gapping up, we have Google gapping to new highs, which is amazing. Meta gapping up, Nvidia gapping up, Tesla a little bit of gap up, but it was closed down on Friday, and the Qs were gapped up. So there you go. So everybody is actually gapped up on the mega tech. So it seems super strong. So it's not like one name really driving us up. Everybody is up. Amazon is up a lot. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. And if we look at Mega Spy, Broadcom is up. Interesting. Berkshire is not up. Um, JP Morgan is barely up. LLY is kind of where it's at. Visa barely up. I mean, Netflix is going to go down not for sure, but Netflix is going down. But we're a little bit up. Costco, no, nothing really there. So it's really the megatech that's pushing us up, which is interesting. I think it's just all the earnings and stuff that's happening, that's coming up. So yeah, I mean that's what things look like. So as far as the trading chart, I mean we're at all-time highs again. I guess I will keep an eye on for the cues. I like this level here where we had the spike up at the when we opened on Sunday. So this 25787. Just see what that looks like. Yeah, we'll see if we can get back down to that potentially to join long. I mean, we got about an hour to open, so we printed this high, tried to go again, fell over. I think if we try again and fall over, maybe there's a short back to this level. I'm not. I don't know that I would be looking to hold shorts too long, um, but we'll see. I mean, we're trading here. It's kind of like lower volume here and also lower volume here. So maybe if we kind of break below this, we kind of fall over quickly back into these levels. So we'll see. Um, yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I see there. If we want to look at the ES really quick. So interesting for ES, it's like big spike up and then fell back over. And that big spike up was the high. We haven't quite cleared that. So that's interesting for me. Where the NQ had that spike and we are ripping higher, which I suppose makes sense with all the tech earnings. And then you look at ES, had that big spike, and maybe that again that's driven by the tech aspect of it, and then we just haven't been able to clear that. So we'll be watching that as well. So there might be some relative weakness in the ES compared to NQ. So we'll be watching that. And we're much closer to VWAP as well. So we'll see. And then for gold, yeah, I'm watching the low obviously, and we'll see if we can break above this 40.50. I feel like we probably push higher before we go lower. Um, so I'll be kind of just watching what gold does, and just see what makes sense there. Yeah, I mean there's a lot of a lot of buying in this candle back here on the 22nd, and so bounce off of that. It's kind of supporting off of that, and so we got another rung here. So even if it breaks that, there's another rung of support, and an even more so. Um, so we'll see. We also had this dark pull levels, which is kind of holding us up. It looks like. So that's just something we'll keep an eye on. Yeah, think globally. I think for the Qs, we had dark pull levels here, and we launched, and dark pull levels here, but this is not. Let's see. Electronic trading hours. Switch back here. Yeah, so we had our two dark pull levels, and we launched up. And ES has a lot of that imbalance here, so a lot of people sold. So we'll just see. And that's interesting. So you look at the footprint. So on the NQ, there's a lot more buying here, and then we went higher. So that's kind of an interesting little difference, right? So spike up, lots of selling. We couldn't quite clear that on the ES, but then on the NQ on that spike, there's a lot more buying, and we've gone through that, and up we go. So NQ is not the one to short this morning. Maybe ES if you wanted to. Um, we'll see. And for gold, there's a lot of support to the downside. So we'll just kind of see how we go there. or a lot of buying imbalance to the downside. So we'll see. I think I will just kind of see how price shakes out here at the open. I'm open to both sides. I think, if NQ flushes, I might be more open to longs. I think I'm more open to shorts on the ES in the morning, just given what I see here. Um, and so we'll just kind of see how we go. For gold, I would like to short. I just would love for it to go higher first. Um, but also open to the longs. Maybe they wake up because now we're at these lows and support and all this like buying imbalance, and then maybe we shoot up. Not sure. Cool. Well, that's it for me. I'm just gonna see how things shake out. And again, going into the middle of the week, we have a lot of great stuff to look forward to. So, all right. Well, good luck and don't get caught. Thank you.